I'm going to finish it for you. I.O. You know who finished it? Jack Sawyer. Captain Jack. 2 minutes to go. 4th and goal for the Longhorns. The Buckeye captain, Jack Sawyer, strip sack on his former roommate Quinn Ewers. Sawyer scoop and score. 83 yards for the touchdown. And Ohio State wins it 28-14, advancing to the national championship, where they will play Notre Dame on January 20th in Atlanta. 2 big plays in this game. End of the first half, beginning of the first half, end of the first half, Travion Henderson 75-yard touchdown. And then at the end of the game, Jack Sawyer 83-yard scoop and score. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? These 2 semifinal games. This is why we love college football. This is why we love this sport, because it is so dramatic. The emotions running high, the plays being made in these games. Look, I'm an Ohio State fan right now, so I can barely contain myself. I'm going to try to be a professional here and keep myself in control here. Ohio State on to the Natty. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We welcome in the 2-time Super Bowl champ Bryant McFadden and former Ohio State running back Beanie Wells. Beanie, oh my goodness. Man. All I got to say right now is Jack Sawyer to the rescue.
Oh, amazing performance by him in that defensive line. Look, this wasn't a pretty game by any stretch of imagination. There were so many ebbs and flows of this game. It went in so many different directions, so many momentum shifts, but championship teams find a way to get it done and win, and Ohio State just went out and did that. I couldn't be prouder of these guys. I mean, the coaching staff, getting these guys to buy in. Let's not forget where we were just about a month ago mentally. I think all of Buckeye Nation, the fans, the coaching staff, the players, were just at a standstill in shock about how everything transpired after the Michigan game. This team just reinvented themselves and had an awakening. Masterful performance down the stretch, getting it done when it mattered most. Hats off to Jack Sawyer and this defense.
I want to give Bryant McFadden his flowers right now, because before this game, we had the pregame show. His impact player of the game on defense for Ohio State, Captain Jack. 3rd and goal, pass breakup. 4th and goal, strip sack, scoop and score, touchdown Natty. You know ball. Beanie knows ball, but you know ball right there on the defensive side. Like, you called that as if you saw into the future and said Jack Sawyer is going to make a play.
At that time, it was a 5-star moment, right? And I needed a 5-star player to show up. And me, Hakeem, we were watching this game together. When you look at where Texas was, where the football was, I said, Jack, it's your time. Because if you look at, Beanie, how the game started, JT jumped out and was balling. Then he kind of got hampered a little bit with that ankle injury, slowed him down. But he kind of got things rolling, playing on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage, you know, getting sacks on Quinn Ewers. I think he had 1.5 sacks in the first quarter. But you look at Jack, he was pretty quiet. At that moment, it's a 5-star moment. 5-star players got to show up in those opportunities. And you talked about the 3rd down deflection, was able to create penetration. And then, of course, the 4th down, just pure speed, was able to bend the corner. Not only get a sack, forced fumble, he got a recovery, and he got a touchdown. I mean, that's the ultimate, hat trick, to say the least. And that's who he's been the entire season. And that's why this team has done what they've done, especially on the defensive side, because he is the ultimate leader. He is a guy that an NFL organization will fall in love with, because he's a quality player on and off the football field. And you talk about being the ultimate captain. I don't know if there's a better captain in college football than Captain Jack Sawyer.
This is their identity, though, Beanie. This is what is different about Ohio State, is their defense. They allowed 12 points per game this season, best in FBS. They allow 14 in this game. This is the separation between the championship level teams. And I know Notre Dame led FBS in takeaways, so this is going to be an absolute battle in the national championship. But when you look at Ohio State and the Jim Knowles-led defense, the pressure, Sonny Styles was all over the field, Beanie. I mean, he was the unsung hero of this game. He had 9-some tackles and a sack.
I mean, he was incredible. Just this entire defense of game plan was masterful, just figuring out ways to get guys in position and to step up when it matters most. And I think that's the critical thing. When you go back into that 3rd down situation to where you got Caleb Downs figuring out a way to shoot the gap, forcing the running back to go outside and slowing him up there and getting a tackle for loss. incredible play by this football team. Everybody wanted to know, how would Ohio State respond being in this situation if they got into a dogfight? We knew they could be front runners. When they get out to these early starts, they can kind of bury you early. But how would they be in a situation where you're in a dogfight in the phone booth? Are you going to respond? Today, they proved that they will be able to respond and that they can win a championship. And if they continue this play, they'll be hoisted a national championship trophy at the end of the year come next week.
And they won this game, and I'm surprised that I'm even telling you this. Jeremiah Smith had 1 catch. If I had told both of you before this game that Jeremiah Smith would have 1 catch and they still won, you probably said, yeah, the other guys stepped up. I don't know that you would have said it was the defense that carried him and Will Howard's legs. Because I'm sitting here, Jeremiah Smith 1 catch and they still won? Well, I say you're crazy.
See, that's the thing. That's why this is the most talented team in college football, because their success is not predicated on 1 player, right? To your point, Jeremiah Smith, 1 reception for 3 yards. Will Howard still threw for almost 300 yards. And he had some ebbs and flows in this ball game. Let's look at the pro prospects, right, offensively, just at the skill position. Judkins, NFL player. Henderson, NFL player. Tate, NFL player. Smith, NFL player. Ibuka, NFL player. Most defenses, at best, may have 3 or 4 NFL guys. You're talking about, I just named, 5 guys that are legit NFL players. And we're talking about anywhere from rounds 1 to 3. That's great talent, and they do things the right way. So and the scary part about this Ohio State win, Beanie, is that they were sloppy on offense. We're talking about 9 penalties. The majority of those penalties was on offensive plays that hampered drives. And they still find a way to not just cover the spread. They won by 14 points.
It's
14 points.
It's incredible.
Think about that.
I mean, you know how I'm the gatekeeper of the word unbelievable? Because when you say things, people go, oh, that's unbelievable. And you're like, no, I can believe that. I'm sitting here right now. I think that what I just saw, I can believe it, but it's bonkers, as I would say. Beanie, like the fact that they were so undisciplined, 9 penalties, 75 yards, and still find a way, what does that say about them?
I mean, it speaks to the character of this football team, that they're a gritty team. They've been through the ringer already this season. You know, we talk about how they lost to Oregon, how it came down to the wire, how they had some miscues in that football game. And then you go back and you look at the Michigan game and the exact same thing. They were out physical. They had miscues, guys playing out of position, but they found a way to figure out an identity, and that's playing together and finding a way to win when it matters most. I mean, that just speaks to the culture of the football team and the revamping, awakening that this team has went through this football season. You know, hats off to Rondé for getting this team to buy in and not get down. I think we saw in weeks prior to where things weren't going their way, they kind of got down and went in the low, and they would have lost this game if they were the same team before.
Xin chào tất cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình này. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn làm vòng. Vòng hôm nay của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là xôi thật cẩn. Các bạn, hôm nay vòng của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là xôi lá dứa. Bây giờ mình bắt đầu làm nha. Đầu tiên là mình sẽ màu tím nha.
So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now a first carry for the Alabama product, Najee Harris. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. On first down, right back to Harris. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. They'll give it to Harris again. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Another run here with Harris. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. They're going to run out of the gun, and here's Harris. He'll pop this ahead for about 4, but it will set up third down. Out of the gun, here's Russ. That is hot! And he will get into the end zone. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Steelers. Chris Boswell on for the point after. It's up and good. And the Steelers will take a 7-0 lead. Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Right to the air goes Daniels. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Luke McCaffrey, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be third down. From the shotgun on third down, Daniels. 15-yard pickup there. First down, Washington.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Off he goes.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. A final shot before break. Daniels slings this deep from McLaurin. And got his man complete. He's to the 15. And he's in for the touchdown.
Because it is so simple. It's something that these two have done and thrown together for years and years. Maybe not to each other, but since Pop Warner. They've been running the go route. Just run right by him, and if you're even, you're leaving, and I'm going to drop it right over the top.
Now to throw. And the conversion is no good as that pass falls incomplete.
Going to be a little armchair quarterback after that call. Looked like the defense knew exactly what was coming.
Well, time making this all but impossible, but they're going to try for the onside kick here anyway. And this is going to be covered up by the Commanders. That should just about lock up the win. Washington finishes the return to the end zone. Touchdown! The Commanders picked up the fumble and ran it home.
He gets it to go, and the Commanders will move out to a 14-7 lead. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from his own end zone. Not much on the return. They'll stop him at the 17. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. A play fake. Now it's I fumbled the football. And the defense has it. And there it is. The defense comes up with the big...
Robinson will score. Touchdown, Commanders. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. Daniels going to try and throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Oh, no, he lost the football. And he will get into the end zone, and a two-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game.
Here's Eckler. And he's brought down for a loss. The Commanders in the hurry-up. They're hustling for the line. To throw. That's complete. Here's Brown. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. Here he is to throw. Someone got a piece of that downfield throw, but it is caught anyway. And that's a Washington touchdown. So there's part one, Brock. They get the touchdown that they desperately needed. Now, you'd imagine, comes a try for 2.
Yeah, and this might be just as tough as to go get that touchdown they just did because, well, they work on two-point conversions, but they're different.